My name is Nabila Lavon, and this is my Week 16 React Forms project. I have this update recipe function that takes the property and new value, and it uses the set recipes, and it takes the current state variable in state for recipes, and it calculates a new value according to this map function, where it uses the recipe ID to determine whether or not the ID to update, whether or not is equal to the ID to update, and it sets the recipe to the current recipe value, or it updates the recipe with a new property value. And I have this toolbar function where I have set is recipe model open. I have this state variable is recipe model open, and the state function set is recipe model open using UseState of false, and handle recipe close with set is recipe model open. And I create this modal form here using that set is recipe model open. And here's the recipe form, the prop values I'm passing to recipe form. Here is recipe form. It is extensive, and I have a state variable for count and a set count. I have more ingredients and set more ingredients, and form values and set form values. And I have all these form values set under form values. I have a handle change, change event that takes the event target and event target value, and a handle submit that updates the recipe for all my form values. I have add more ingredients that takes a count value and sets more ingredients and toggles it, and it sets the new count value, and else it'll keep that value open and keep incrementing the new count value. And this is my JSX for my form. I have all of these form values, and here I'm using the more ingredients state variable and the count state variable and a value to determine whether or not I'm going to show each set of measures and ingredients. And I do that for the entire form. And then I have instructions here at the bottom in a text area and buttons at the bottom. And that is my program. And I will show a demonstration. I will update this recipe of soy glazed meatloaves. Here's my add more ingredients button. I will push it, and you will see that it will unhide all of these ingredients. And I will change this to 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of soy sauce, and 1 pound of ground beef. I will change preheat oven to 450 degrees to show that. And I can add more here. And I will save that. As you can see, it saved all of that information, and that is my program.